My beloved child, pause for a moment and listen closely, because what you are about to hear is not ordinary. This is not just another message scrolling past your eyes. This is a divine interruption. Heaven has chosen this exact moment, yes, this very second, to reach you before something shifts in your life forever. God is saying, a hidden enemy will soon be exposed. And you were not brought here by accident. You were guided here, intentionally, because time is running thinner than you realize. There is something moving quietly around you. Something you cannot fully see yet. Something that has remained concealed behind smiles, behind silence, behind situations that never quite made sense. You may have felt it. Those moments of unease, those sudden drops in your spirit. Those unexplained delays or tensions that seemed to come out of nowhere. That was not your imagination. That was your spirit sensing what your eyes could not yet confirm. But hear this clearly. God has seen everything. Nothing had been hidden from him. Every whisper spoken in secrecy, every intention masked behind kindness, every plan formed in darkness, it has all been recorded in the light of heaven. And now, something powerful is about to happen. The covering is about to be lifted. The truth is about to rise. And when it does, it will not be subtle. It will be undeniable. This is why you are being warned to stay alert. Because exposure does not come quietly. It comes suddenly. It comes in a moment that feels almost too precise to be coincidence. And if you are not spiritually awake, you may miss the signs, or worse, misinterpret what God is revealing. This is not the time to be distracted. This is not the time to ignore your inner voice. This is the time to lean in, to listen deeper, and to trust what God is about to show you. Feel this shift even now. There is a spiritual tension in the air. A breaking point is approaching. What hath been hidden cannot remain hidden any longer. And standing at the edge of this moment is a powerful presence, Archangel Michael. He is not distant. He is not silent. He is already at work, moving through unseen realms, cutting through deception, preparing the path for truth to be revealed. You may not see him with your physical eyes, but your spirit can feel the protection. You can feel the shield forming around you. Because while something hidden is about to be exposed, you are not being left vulnerable. You are being covered. You are being guided. You are being positioned exactly where you need to be. And here is the truth that may surprise you the most. This revelation is not coming to harm you. It is coming to free you. What is about to be exposed has been limiting you, draining you, holding you back in ways you could not fully understand. And once it is revealed, everything will begin to make sense. The confusion will lift. The weight will break. And you will see clearly what God has been protecting you from all along. But you must stay alert. Because this moment, this divine unveiling, will not wait. There is urgency in this message for a reason. Before midnight, before the turning of a spiritual hour, something is shifting in your favor. And you are being called to be ready, to be aware, and to be spiritually awake. Do not ignore this. Do not scroll past this moment. Because what is about to be revealed will change everything. There is something you must understand deeply, because this will change how you see everything around you. When God speaks about a hidden enemy, he is not always pointing to someone obvious. In fact, the most dangerous enemies are rarely the ones who openly oppose you. They are the ones who blend in, who move quietly, who remain unnoticed while influencing things behind the scenes. A hidden enemy does not always look like conflict. Sometimes it looks like support that feels slightly off. Sometimes it appears as a connection that drains you instead of strengthening you. Sometimes It is wrapped in kind words but carries intentions that do not align with your growth, your peace, or your purpose. This is why it has remained hidden for so long, because it was never meant to be easily recognized. You may have already experienced the effects without realizing the source. Think about the moments when your energy suddenly dropped without explanation. Times when your plans began to fall apart right when they were about to succeed. Moments when confusion entered your mind for no clear reason, or when you felt distant from your purpose even though nothing visible had changed. These are not random patterns. These are signs that something beneath the surface hath been influencing your path. But do not misunderstand this message. This is not about fear. This is about awareness. God is not revealing this to make you anxious. He's revealing this to make you alert. There is a difference between living in fear and walking in discernment. Fear paralyzes you, but discernment empowers you. And right now, you are being called into a higher level of spiritual awareness where you begin to see beyond appearances. Hidden enemies often operate through subtlety. They rely on you overlooking details. They rely on you doubting your instincts. They rely on you dismissing the small signs that your spirit has been trying to show you. That quiet feeling that something is not right, that hesitation you felt, but ignored, that pattern you noticed, but brushed aside, those were not coincidences. Those were signals. And here is something even deeper. Not every hidden enemy is a person. Sometimes it is a spirit of doubt that has been planted within you. Sometimes it is negative thinking that keeps repeating in your mind. Sometimes it is an unseen force that tries to delay your progress, distract your focus, or weaken your confidence. These forces work quietly, slowly, and strategically, making you believe that what you are experiencing is normal when in reality, it is not. But this is where everything begins to shift. Because once God decides to expose something, it cannot remain hidden any longer. The same subtlety that kept it concealed will subtly break. What was once confusing will become clear. What once felt uncertain will suddenly make sense. And you will begin to connect the dots in a way you never could before. Archangel Michael plays a powerful role in this moment. His presence is not passive. He is a warrior of truth, a defender against deception, and a protector assigned to stand between you and what seeks to harm you. Even now, he is working to reveal what has been disguised, to cut through illusions, and to bring clarity where there was once confusion. But here is your role in all of this. You must stay awake, not just physically but spiritually. You must pay attention to what you feel, what you notice, and what begins to change around you. Because the exposure will not always come with a loud announcement. Sometimes it will come through a small realization, a sudden understanding, a shift in someone's behavior, a truth that quietly surfaces but carries undeniable weight. And when that moment comes, you must not ignore it. Because this is not just about identifying an enemy. This is about stepping into clarity, into protection, and into alignment with what God has prepared for you. Something hidden is moving closer to the light, and very soon you will see it clearly. Listen carefully, because what you are about to understand is the turning point of everything that has been building in your life. The moment of exposure is not just approaching, it is already unfolding. Even now, behind the scenes, God is aligning circumstances, shifting energies, and preparing a precise moment where what has been hidden will no longer be able to remain concealed. You may think that exposure happens suddenly, like a flash of lightning. But in truth, it is a process. It begins quietly, almost invisibly, as small cracks begin to form in what once seemed solid. The person who once appeared consistent may begin to act differently. The situation that once felt stable may start to reveal inconsistencies. Conversations may take unexpected turns. Truth has a way of surfacing in fragments before it fully reveals itself. And this is where many people miss the moment, because they expect something dramatic, something obvious, something impossible to ignore. But God often reveals things in layers, allowing your spirit to adjust, allowing your discernment to grow, allowing you to recognize truth without being overwhelmed by it. This is not confusion, it is preparation. You are being trained to see clearly. There will be a moment, very soon, where something will click within you. It may be a realization that comes out of nowhere. It may be a sudden understanding of something that never made sense before. It may even be something you hear, something you witness, or something that is revealed through someone else's actions. And when that moment comes, you will feel it deeply. There will be no doubt in your spirit. You will know that what you are seeing is real. This is the exposure. But understand this, exposure is not meant to create chaos in your life. It is meant to bring order. It is meant to separate truth from illusion. It is meant to free you from what has been silently working against you. And even if it feels uncomfortable at first, even if it shakes your emotions, it is still a divine act of protection. Because God does not allow hidden harm to continue forever. At the appointed time, He reveals it. Not too early, not too late, but at the exact moment when you are strong enough to handle it, wise enough to understand it, and protected enough to move beyond it. And this is why you must trust the timing of what is about to happen. Archangel Michael is deeply involved in this moment of revelation. His role is not only to protect you but also to cut through deception with divine precision. Imagine a sword of truth moving through layers of illusion, separating what is real from what is false. That is what is happening right now in the spiritual realm. The confusion that once surrounded you is being cleared. The uncertainty that once clouded your thoughts is being lifted. The hidden is being brought into the light. And here is something powerful you must hold on to. When God exposes something, He also empowers you. He does not reveal truth and then leave you vulnerable. He reveals truth while surrounding you with strength, clarity, and protection. So when this moment comes, do not panic. Do not react out of emotion. Do not rush to conclusions or actions. Instead, pause. Observe. Let the truth fully unfold before you. Because what God is showing you is not just about the present moment. It is connected to your future. It is positioning you for something greater, something cleaner, something aligned with your purpose. There is a reason this has been hidden until now, and there is a reason it is being revealed at this exact time. Stay grounded. Stay aware. Stay connected to your spirit. Because what is about to be uncovered will answer questions you have carried for a long time. Type "I see the truth" in the comments if this message is aligning with your spirit. Lesson code 3947 is now activated. As this truth begins to unfold, understand this sacred opportunity before you. You are not just witnessing a message, you are part of a divine movement where light is breaking through darkness for countless souls. Scripture speaks directly into this moment. What is done in the dark will be brought into the light. And today, you are seeing that promise come alive before your eyes. If your heart is stirred right now, this is your moment to act. I am called to give, to sow into this mission so that others can receive the same awakening. Every seed you release becomes a light for someone still searching in the dark. The PayPal link in the description and the QR code on your screen are not just tools. They are gateways for you to partner in this divine work. As you give, heaven records it as an act of obedience, and blessings begin to flow back into your life in unexpected ways. Step into this moment. Sow your seed now and become part of what God is revealing across the world. There is a question rising within you right now, even if you have not spoken it out loud. If this hidden enemy had been there all along, why did God allow it to remain concealed for so long? Why was it not revealed earlier, before the confusion, before the delays, before the emotional weight you have been carrying? This is where divine wisdom begins to unfold. Because what feels like delay to you was never delay to God. It was preparation. There are moments in life when immediate exposure would not bring freedom. It would bring chaos. There are truths that, if revealed too early, would overwhelm you instead of strengthening you. God does not just reveal things based on their existence. He reveals them based on your readiness to handle them. And whether you realize it or not, you have been growing, evolving, and becoming stronger in ways you could not see at the time. Think back to who you were before all of this began. You were more trusting, perhaps more open, maybe even unaware of certain patterns and energies around you. If the truth had been revealed then, you might have reacted emotionally, impulsively, or even in a way that could have caused more harm than good. But now, something has changed within you. You have gained discernment. You have developed patience. You have learned to observe rather than react immediately. This growth was not accidental. It was intentional. Every experience you went through, every moment of confusion, every situation that did not make sense, it was all shaping you. It was sharpening your awareness. It was teaching you to listen beyond words, to feel beyond appearances, to recognize what is real and what is not. You were being trained for this exact moment. And here is something even deeper. The hidden enemy was not only being concealed from you, it was also being revealed to heaven. Every action, every intention, every hidden motive was being witnessed. Nothing escaped the eyes of God. And while it may have seemed like nothing was happening, divine justice was quietly aligning. Timing was being set. Circumstances were being arranged so that when the truth finally came forward, it would do so in a way that could not be denied, questioned, or misunderstood. This is why the exposure is coming now. Not because God just noticed something, but because everything has reached its appointed time. There is a divine order to this moment. You are not just discovering something. You are stepping into a revelation that has been carefully prepared. And because of that, you will not face it in weakness. You will face it with clarity, with understanding, and with a level of strength that you did not have before. Archangel Michael's role in this phase is powerful and precise. He is not only protecting you from harm, but also ensuring that the exposure happens in alignment with divine truth. Nothing false will stand. Nothing deceptive will remain intact. His presence is like a force that clears the path, removing anything that tries to distort what is about to be revealed. You may begin to notice shifts even now. People may act differently around you. Situations may start to feel more transparent. Things that once felt hidden may begin to feel obvious. This is not coincidence. This is the beginning of alignment. But here is what you must remember during this time. Do not rush the process. Do not try to force understanding before it fully arrives. Let the truth unfold naturally, just as God has planned. Because when you allow it to happen in its own time, you will see everything clearly, without confusion, without doubt, and without the need to question what is being shown to you. This moment is not just about exposure. It is about elevation. Because once the hidden is revealed, you will no longer be held back by what you could not see. You will move forward with clarity. You will step into decisions with confidence. You will no longer carry the weight of confusion or uncertainty. And most importantly, you will understand why it had to happen this way. Because what once felt like delay was actually protection. What once felt like confusion was actually preparation. And what is about to be revealed is not coming to break you. It is coming to position you for something far greater than you have ever imagined. The timing is not random. The process is not accidental. Everything is aligning exactly as it should. And you are right where you need to be. There is a reason this message carries urgency, and it is not just about what is being revealed. It is about when it is being revealed. The mention of before midnight is not symbolic by accident. It carries a deep spiritual meaning, one that has been repeated throughout divine patterns and sacred moments across time. Midnight is not just a point on a clock. It is a threshold. It is a crossing between what was and what is about to be. Midnight represents transition. It is the final moment before something shifts completely. It is the dividing line between darkness and the beginning of light. And in the spiritual realm, midnight is often when hidden things lose their power to remain concealed. It is when what has been building quietly reaches its breaking point. It is when the unseen becomes seen. This is why you are being called to open, to listen, and to stay alert before this moment passes. Because once midnight comes, the shift begins. Think about the patterns you have experienced recently. There has been tension, uncertainty, and a sense that something is about to change, even if you could not define it. That feeling was not random. It was your spirit sensing that you are standing on the edge of a transition. Something has been building behind the scenes, and now it is reaching its appointed moment of release. Midnight is also a time when distractions fall away. The noise quiets. The world slows. And in that stillness, truth becomes easier to recognize. This is why spiritual awareness is so important right now. If you are distracted, if your mind is scattered, if you are not paying attention, you may miss the subtle but powerful signs that begin to appear. Because the exposure may not come with chaos. It may come in stillness. It may come in a quiet realization. It may come in a moment where everything suddenly makes sense without explanation. And when it does, it will feel undeniable. There is also another layer to this moment that you must understand. Midnight is not just about endings. It is about release. Everything that has been holding you back, everything that has been hidden, everything that has been working against you, it reaches its limit at this threshold. It can no longer continue in the same way. The spiritual permission for it to remain hidden begins to expire. And this is where divine justice begins to move more visibly. Archangel Michael stands at this threshold as a guardian of transition. He does not just protect you from what is being exposed. He ensures that what crosses into your next season is pure, aligned, and free from deception. His presence at this moment is not passive. He is active, intentional, and powerful. You may feel a heightened sense of awareness as this time approaches. Your intuition may become stronger. Your thoughts may become clearer. You may even feel a sense of urgency without fully understanding why. This is your spirit responding to the shift. You not ignore it. You not dismiss it. Lean into it. Because this is not just about recognizing a hidden enemy. It is about stepping into a new level of clarity. Midnight is the moment where confusion ends and understanding begins. It is where the questions you have been carrying start to find their answers. And here is something you must hold on to as this moment approaches. You are not entering this transition alone. You are being guided. You are being protected. You are being positioned. Everything that is happening right now is leading you to a moment of truth that will change how you see everything around you. And once you cross this threshold, you will not go back to the same level of awareness you had before. You will see more clearly. You will understand more deeply. You will move more confidently. But this requires one thing from you: alertness. You must stay present. You must stay aware. You must stay connected to what you feel and what you notice. Because the closer you get to this moment, the more important your awareness becomes. Midnight is approaching. The shift is near, and what have been hidden is preparing to step into the light. Right now, more than ever, you are being called into a higher level of awareness. Not fear, not anxiety, but alertness. There is a difference, and understanding that difference will determine how you move through what is coming. To stay alert does not mean to be tense or suspicious of everything around you. It means to be spiritually awake, grounded, and deeply connected to what God is showing you in each moment. Alertness begins within. It is not just about watching others. It is about listening to your own spirit. That quiet inner voice that has spoken to you before, the one you may have doubted or ignored at times, is becoming stronger now. It is guiding you, nudging you, helping you notice things you once overlooked. You may begin to feel subtle shifts more clearly. You may sense when something is not aligned, even before there is visible proof. This is not coincidence. This is your discernment sharpening. And this is exactly what you need right now. Because as the hidden begins to surface, it will not always announce itself loudly. Sometimes, it will appear in small details. A tone in someone's voice that feels different. A reaction that does not match the situation. A pattern that repeats itself in a way that no longer feels random. These are the moments where your alertness matters most. Do not rush past them. Do not dismiss them. Pause and observe. There is wisdom in stillness. When you slow down and truly pay attention, you begin to see beyond the surface. You begin to understand not just what is happening, but why it is happening. And this level of awareness protects you. It keeps you from being caught off guard. It allows you to respond with clarity instead of reacting out of confusion. Prayer also becomes your anchor in this season. Not just routine words, but intentional connection. Speak honestly. Ask for clarity. Ask for protection. Ask for discernment. And then listen. Because God does not just speak through loud moments. He speaks through impressions, through peace, through that inner knowing that settles within you without explanation. You are not meant to figure everything out on your own. You are being guided. Archangel Michael's presence becomes even more significant as you stay alert. Think of him as a shield that moves with you, surrounding you, guarding you from what you cannot see. His energy is not distant, it is active. He strengthens your spirit, clears confusion, and helps you stand firm when things begin to reveal themselves. There may be moments when you feel uncertain, moments when you question what you are sensing. But this is where trust comes in. Trust what you feel when it is calm and clear, not when it is driven by fear or overthinking. Discernment feels steady. It does not rush you. It does not pressure you. It simply shows you the truth and allows you to recognize it in your own time. Another important part of staying alert is protecting your energy. Not everyone needs access to your thoughts, your plans, or your next steps right now. As things begin to unfold, it is wise to move with quiet strength. Observe more than you speak. Listen more than you explain. This is not about secrecy. It is about wisdom. You are allowing yourself the space to fully understand what is being revealed before you decide how to respond. Because once something is exposed, you will have choices to make. And those choices will shape what comes next. This is why alertness is not just about the present moment. It is about preparation. You are preparing to move forward with clarity, without confusion, without unnecessary emotional reactions. You are preparing to step into a space where you are no longer influenced by what was hidden, and that requires focus. Stay connected to your inner peace. Stay grounded in your awareness. Stay open to what God is showing you. Because the more alert you are, the more clearly you will see. And the more clearly you see, the more confidently you will move. This is your moment to rise into awareness. This is your moment to trust your discernment. This is your moment to stand protected, guided, and ready. Because what is about to be revealed will require you to see it for exactly what it is. And you will be ready. There is something you must prepare your heart for, because not every revelation feels easy when it first arrives. When a hidden enemy is exposed, it does not just reveal truth, it also stirs emotion. You may feel shock, confusion, disappointment, or even a quiet sense of grief. Not because you are weak, but because something you once trusted is now being seen differently. This is a human response, and it is important that you understand this, so you do not mistake your emotions for failure. When truth comes to light, it often carries a weight. It forces you to confront what was hidden, what was denied, or what you did not fully understand before. And in that moment, your heart may try to react quickly. You may feel the urge to respond, to question, to confront, or to make immediate decisions. But this is where wisdom must lead. Because your first reaction is not always your best response. God is not calling you to react. He is calling you to respond with clarity. There is a difference. Reaction is driven by emotion. Response is guided by understanding. And in this moment, understanding is what will protect you. Take a moment to breathe through it. Allow yourself to feel what you feel without letting it control your actions. Acknowledge the emotion, but do not let it define your next step. Because what is being revealed is not meant to pull you into chaos. It is meant to lift you into clarity. You may also find yourself asking questions. How did I not see this before? Why did this happen? What does this mean for me now? These questions are natural, but do not let them lead you into self-blame. Remember, this was hidden for a reason. It was not visible because it was not time for you to see it. And now that it is being revealed, it is because you are ready to handle it with wisdom, not confusion. There is also another layer to this emotional moment. Sometimes, the hidden enemy is not someone distant. It may be someone close. And that realization can feel heavy. It can challenge your sense of trust. It can make you question your past experiences. It can even make you feel like withdrawing or shutting down. But this is not your path. You are not being called to close your heart. You are being called to strengthen it. Strength does not mean becoming cold or distant. It means becoming wise. It means learning how to protect your peace without losing your compassion. It means understanding who deserves access to your energy and who does not. And most importantly, it means trusting that God is removing what does not belong in your life so that what does belong can enter freely. Archangel Michael stands with you in this emotional space as well. His protection is not only physical or spiritual, it is emotional. He helps you stand firm when your feelings feel unstable. He gives you the strength to process what is happening without losing your sense of balance. You are not alone in this moment. Even if it feels personal, even if it feels overwhelming, you are being supported in ways you cannot fully see. There is also a choice that will present itself to you during this time. You can choose to hold on to anger, or you can choose to rise into understanding. Anger may feel justified in the moment, but it will not bring you peace. It will keep you tied to what has already been revealed. Understanding, on the other hand, allows you to move forward. It allows you to release what no longer serves you and step into a space where you are no longer affected by it. This does not mean ignoring what happened. It means rising above it, seeing it for what it is, and choosing not to let it define your future. Because what is being exposed is not meant to break you. It is meant to free you. And freedom requires letting go. Letting go of confusion. Letting go of misplaced trust. Letting go of anything that was quietly working against you. As you move through this emotional moment, remember this one truth. You are not losing something valuable. You are being separated from something that was not aligned with your purpose. And once that separation becomes clear, you will begin to feel something unexpected. Relief. Clarity. Peace. Because what was hidden was creating a weight you could not fully explain. And once it is removed, you will finally understand what it feels like to move forward without it. Stay steady. Stay grounded. Stay guided. Because even in this emotional moment you are being led exactly where you need to go. There is something happening right now that you cannot fully see, but it is more real than anything in the physical world around you. While you have been going through moments of uncertainty, while you have been sensing that something was not quite right, a battle has been taking place on your behalf. Not a battle you could witness with your eyes, but one that has been shaping the outcome of everything you are about to experience. Divine protection is already in motion. This is not something that is about to begin. It has already begun. Long before you became aware of this hidden enemy, God had already assigned protection over your life. Every move that was meant to harm you had been monitored. Every intention that was not aligned with your purpose has been intercepted. And even though it may have felt at times like things were slipping out of your control, the truth is that you have never been unprotected. You have been covered this entire time. Archangel Michael stands at the center of this protection. His presence is not symbolic, it is active, strategic, and unwavering. He is a defender, a warrior of divine truth, and his assignment over your life is to ensure that what is hidden cannot ultimately harm you. Even when something was allowed to remain concealed for a time, it was never allowed to destroy you. There is a difference between exposure and damage. What is being revealed now was permitted to exist only until the right moment of exposure, not to break you, but to position you. This means that even though something was hidden, it never had the authority to take you down. It may have caused confusion. It may have created delays. It may have influenced certain situations, but it never had the final say. God has always had the final say. And now, that authority is becoming visible in your life. You may begin to notice that certain things that once felt heavy are starting to lift. Situations that once felt complicated are becoming simpler. There is a shift happening, and it is not because everything around you has suddenly changed. It is because what was influencing those things is losing its power. This is what divine protection looks like in motion. It does not always remove challenges immediately. Sometimes, it allows them to exist until the right moment, and then it steps in with precision, revealing what needs to be revealed and clearing what needs to be cleared. And that is exactly where you are right now, at the moment of clearing. You are not being left to face this alone. You are being guided through it. Even the awareness you are gaining right now is part of that protection. Because once you see clearly, you cannot be deceived in the same way again. That is power. And that power is being placed in your hands through understanding. Archangel Michael is also strengthening your ability to stand firm. As things begin to unfold, you may feel moments where your emotions try to rise again, where old patterns try to pull you back into confusion. But you will also feel something else, a steady force within you that keeps you grounded. That is protection working from the inside out. It is not just about what is happening around you. It is about what is being established within you. A strength that does not shake easily. A clarity that does not fade quickly. A sense of knowing that remains even when circumstances shift. This is how you will move forward. Not in fear of what was hidden, but in confidence of what has been revealed. Because once divine protection moves into full alignment with exposure, everything changes. What once felt uncertain becomes clear. What once felt heavy becomes lighter. What once felt confusing becomes understandable. And you begin to realize something powerful. You were never as vulnerable as you thought. You were never as unprotected as it felt. You were being carried through a process that is now reaching its breakthrough moment. And that breakthrough is not just about seeing the hidden enemy. It is about stepping into a level of freedom where that enemy no longer has any influence over your life. Let this truth settle within you. You are protected. You are guided. You are covered. Type divine protection surrounds me in the comments if you receive this message. Blessing code 8821 is now activated. As you stand in this protection, hear this calling as part of something greater than yourself. The same light that is shielding you is meant to reach others who are still in darkness, still unaware, still searching for clarity. The word declares, "Give, and it shall be given unto you. Pressed down, shaken together, and running over." And this is not just a promise. It is a living invitation right now. I am stepping forward to sow into this mission, because I know that every seed becomes a shield for another soul. When you give through the PayPal link in the description, with the QR code on your screen, you are not just offering support. You are releasing light into places where truth has not yet reached. This is a prophetic moment of action, not hesitation. As you sow, heaven marks your obedience and multiplies it back into your life in ways you cannot yet see. Step into alignment with this flow. Release your seed now and become part of this divine covering that is expanding across lives. There are signs quiet at first, almost easy to overlook, but once you notice them, you cannot unsee them. The exposure has already begun, not as a loud announcement, but as subtle shifts that are rearranging everything around you. If you stay alert, you will begin to recognize these signs with clarity. One of the first signs is a change in patterns. Something that once felt consistent may start to feel unstable. A person who once behaved predictably may begin to act differently. Their words may no longer match their actions. Their energy may feel inconsistent, like something is no longer being held together the way it once was. This is not random. This is what happens when something hidden begins to lose its ability to stay concealed. Another sign is the sudden clarity of things that once confused you. You may find yourself thinking about past situations and suddenly understanding them in a way you never did before. Moments that once felt unclear now make sense. Conversations you once dismissed now reveal deeper meaning. It is as if a veil is being lifted from your perception, allowing you to see what was always there but never fully visible. This is a powerful moment, because clarity does not come from overthinking. It comes from revelation. And what you are experiencing is revelation unfolding in real time. You may also notice shifts in communication. Someone may say something that feels out of place, something that reveals more than they intended. Or there may be silence where there was once constant interaction. Both are signs. Sometimes exposure comes through what is said. Other times, it comes through what is no longer said. Pay attention to both. There is also a change in how you feel around certain people or situations. Your spirit may become more sensitive. You may feel uneasy in places where you once felt comfortable, or you may feel a sudden sense of distance, as if something within you is pulling back. This is not your imagination. This is your discernment responding to truth. Do not ignore these feelings. They are guiding you. Another sign that exposure has begun is the breaking of illusions. Something that once seemed strong, trustworthy, or secure may begin to show cracks. It may not collapse immediately, but you will see enough to know that it is not what you once believed it to be. This can feel unsettling at first, but it is necessary, because you cannot move forward with clarity if you are still holding on to illusions. And here is something important to remember during this phase. Not every sign will be dramatic. Some will be quiet. Some will come as a simple realization that settles within you without needing confirmation. And when that happens, trust it. Because one of the greatest mistakes you can make in this moment is doubting what God is showing you. The clarity you are receiving is not accidental. It is intentional. It is precise. And it is arriving exactly when you are ready to understand it. Archangel Michael continues to stand with you during this unfolding. His role is not only to protect, but also to illuminate. He helps bring truth into your awareness in a way that is clear, not confusing. As these signs appear, you may feel a sense of calm certainty, even if the situation itself is unexpected. That calm is your confirmation. It is the difference between fear and truth. Fear feels chaotic. Truth feels steady. Even when it reveals something difficult, it carries a sense of grounding that lets you know you are seeing clearly. You may also begin to notice that certain things are being removed from your life without effort. Situations may naturally distance themselves. Connections may fade without conflict. Opportunities that once felt important may no longer hold the same weight. This is not loss. This is alignment. Because as the hidden is exposed, what does not belong in your life begins to separate itself. And what remains is what is true, what is real, and what is meant for you moving forward. You are entering a phase where everything is becoming clearer. And with that clarity comes responsibility. To see things as they are. To accept what is being revealed. To move forward without holding on to what has already been exposed. Because once truth is shown, you cannot return to not knowing. You can only choose how you respond to what you now see. Stay aware. Stay grounded. Stay open to every sign, every shift, every realization. Because this is the moment where everything begins to come together. The hidden is no longer hidden. The truth is no longer distant. And you are no longer walking in uncertainty. You are stepping into clarity one revelation at a time. Now that the truth is beginning to reveal itself, a new question rises within you. What do you do with it? Seeing clearly is one thing, but knowing how to respond is another. This is the moment where your next steps matter deeply, not just for your present situation, but for the direction your life will take moving forward. The first thing you must understand is this. You are not called to react impulsively. When something hidden is exposed, there can be a strong urge to act immediately. You may feel the need to confront, to explain, to demand answers, or to make quick decisions. But this is not where your power lies. Your strength lies in restraint, in clarity, and in intentional movement. Pause before you act. Let the truth settle fully within you. Allow yourself to see the situation from every angle without rushing to a conclusion. Because when you move too quickly, you risk acting from emotion rather than wisdom. And this moment requires wisdom. There is power in stillness. When you choose to observe rather than react, you give yourself the space to understand not just what has been revealed, but why it matters. You begin to see the deeper layers of the situation. You recognize patterns. You understand intentions. And most importantly, you gain clarity on what your next step should be. The second step is protection. Now that you see clearly, you must guard your energy more carefully than before. This does not mean building walls or shutting people out completely. It means becoming intentional about who has access to your thoughts, your plans, and your personal space. Not everyone is meant to walk with you into your next season. Discernment becomes your shield. You will begin to recognize who aligns with your growth and who does not. And when you see that clearly, you must honor it. Do not ignore what has been shown to you. Do not make excuses for what no longer feels right. Because once truth is revealed, ignoring it only leads to repeated patterns. This is your moment to break those patterns. The third step is detachment. This can be one of the most challenging parts, especially if the hidden enemy was someone or something you once trusted. But detachment does not mean anger. It does not mean resentment. It means releasing your emotional dependence on what has already been revealed as misaligned. You are not walking away in bitterness. You are stepping forward in clarity. There is a difference, and that difference will determine how you carry this experience with you. If you hold on to anger, it will follow you into your next chapter. But if you release it with understanding, you will move forward lighter, freer, and stronger. Forgiveness may also become part of this process, not because what happened was acceptable, but because holding on to pain will not serve your future. Forgiveness is not about the other person. It is about you. It is about freeing yourself from the weight of what has already been exposed so that it no longer has any control over you. Archangel Michael stands with you in this phase as a guide of strength and protection. His presence helps you remain steady when emotions try to pull you in different directions. He reinforces your ability to stand firm in your decisions without doubt or hesitation. You are not making these choices alone. You are being supported in every step. There is also something important you must remember as you move forward. You do not need to explain your clarity to everyone. Not everyone will understand what you have seen. Not everyone will see what you see. And that is okay. Your responsibility is not to convince others. Your responsibility is to honor the truth that has been revealed to you. When you stand in that truth, your actions will naturally align with it. You will begin to move differently, speak differently, and make decisions that reflect your new level of awareness. And this is where transformation begins. Because once you act from clarity, everything changes. Your environment begins to shift. Your relationships begin to align. Your path becomes clearer. And what once felt uncertain becomes stable. This is not just about removing what was hidden. It is about rebuilding your life on what is real, on what is true, on what is aligned with your purpose. You are stepping into a space where you are no longer influenced by what was concealed. You are moving forward with open eyes, steady energy, and a clear understanding of what belongs in your life and what does not. And as you take these steps, something powerful begins to happen. You regain control. Not control over others, but control over your own path, your own energy, your own decisions. And that is where true freedom begins. Stay steady in this moment. Stay grounded in your clarity. Because what you do now will shape everything that comes next. Something remarkable begins to unfold after truth has been revealed, and it is something many people do not expect. After the shock settles, after the emotions begin to quiet, after the clarity fully forms within you, a new feeling begins to rise. It is not confusion. It is not fear. It is something much deeper. is peace. Not the kind of peace that comes from everything being perfect, but the kind that comes from finally understanding. The kind that settles into your spirit when you are no longer questioning what is real and what is not. The kind that frees your mind from overthinking because the answers you needed have finally been placed before you. This is the reward of exposure. You may have thought that discovering a hidden enemy would bring only discomfort, only difficulty, only disruption. But what you are beginning to realize is that truth, even when it feels heavy at first, ultimately brings relief. Because confusion is far more exhausting than clarity. When you do not know what is happening, your mind keeps searching, questioning, analyzing. But when truth is revealed, that cycle ends. You no longer need to guess. You no longer need to doubt your instincts. You no longer need to carry the weight of uncertainty. You are free from it. And that freedom changes everything. You may notice that your energy begins to return. The heaviness you once felt starts to lift. The emotional exhaustion begins to fade. It is as if something that was quietly draining you has finally been removed. And that is exactly what has happened. What was hidden was not only affecting your circumstances, it was affecting your energy. And now that it is gone, you begin to feel lighter, stronger, more like yourself again. There is also a shift in your perspective. You begin to see that what once felt like a setback was actually a setup. What once felt like something working against you was actually something that was being positioned to reveal itself at the right time. And when you see it this way, something powerful happens within you. You stop feeling like a victim of the situation, and you begin to recognize yourself as someone who has been guided through it. Because the truth is, you were never abandoned in this process. Even when you did not understand what was happening, you were being led. Even when things felt unclear, there was a direction being formed for you. And now, you can see it. This is where transformation truly begins. Because once you move from confusion to clarity, from heaviness to lightness, from uncertainty to understanding, you begin to operate differently. You no longer make decisions based on guesswork. You no longer allow yourself to be influenced by what is not aligned with you. You become intentional. You become aware. You become aligned. And this alignment brings new opportunities. As the old is removed, space is created for what truly belongs in your life. New connections may begin to form. New ideas may come to you. New paths may open in ways you did not expect. This is not coincidence. This is the result of clearing what was hidden. Because when something misaligned is removed, what is aligned can finally enter. Archangel Michael continues to stand with you as you step into this new phase. But now, his role begins to shift slightly. While he has been protecting and revealing, he is now also strengthening and guiding. He helps you move forward with confidence, without looking back at what has already been exposed. You are not meant to stay focused on what was removed. You are meant to step fully into what is ahead. There is also a sense of restoration that begins to take place, not just externally but internally. Your trust in yourself begins to rebuild. Your connection to your intuition becomes stronger. Your sense of direction becomes clearer. You begin to feel grounded in a way that you may not have felt before. And this grounding becomes your foundation moving forward. Because once you have seen truth, you cannot unsee it. And that awareness becomes your strength. You are no longer easily misled. You are no longer easily confused. You are no longer easily influenced by what is not real. You have stepped into a level of clarity that will guide you in everything you do from this point forward. And that is the true reward of this entire process. Not just the exposure of what was hidden, but the transformation of who you have become because of it. You are stronger now. You are wiser now. You are clear now. And as you stand in this new space, something beautiful begins to unfold. You realize that what once felt like a threat has become your breakthrough. And from this place, you are ready to move forward. Not with fear, not with doubt, but with a deep, steady confidence in the path that is now opening before you. Now, in this final moment, let everything settle within you. Take a deep breath and feel the stillness that surrounds you. The storm of confusion has passed. The weight of uncertainty has lifted. And what remains is something steady, something quiet, something deeply reassuring. You have made it through the moment of revelation, and now you stand in a place of understanding. God has not only exposed what was hidden, He has brought you into safety. Look at how far you have come. You began in a place where something did not feel right, where questions lingered without answers, where your spirit sensed things your mind could not explain. And now, those questions have been answered. That unease hath been replaced with clarity. That heaviness has been replaced with peace. This is not sluchikaki. This is divine guidance. Everything that has unfolded was meant to bring you here, to this exact point where you are no longer walking in confusion, but in awareness. And in this awareness, you are protected in a way that goes beyond what you can see. Archangel Michael still stands with you, not in urgency now, but in calm strength. His presence is no longer preparing you for what is coming. It is assuring you that what has come has already been handled. You are not under threat. You are not exposed. You are covered. Let that truth bring you comfort. There is no need to look back with fear. There is no need to question what has already been revealed. There is no need to carry the weight of what has been removed. Because what was hidden has served its purpose, and now it is no longer part of your path. You are free. Free from confusion. Free from hidden influence. Free from the weight of not knowing. And as you stand in this freedom, something new begins to open within you. A sense of trust, not just in God, but in yourself. You begin to trust your discernment. You begin to trust your inner voice. You begin to trust the way you see and understand the world around you. And this trust becomes your guide as you move forward. Because from this moment on, you will not walk blindly. You will walk with clarity. You will move with intention. You will recognize what aligns with you and what does not, without needing to question it endlessly. This is the peace that comes after truth. It is quiet, but it is powerful. It does not demand attention, but it changes everything. And now, as you move forward, you do so with a sense of calm confidence. Not because everything will always be perfect, but because you know you are guided. You know you are protected. You know you are aware. And that awareness is your greatest strength. So release anything that still lingers. Release any remaining doubt. Release any fear that tries to hold on to what has already been revealed. Let it go. Because you are not stepping into uncertainty. You are stepping into clarity. And in that clarity, there is peace. In that peace, there is strength. And in that strength, there is a future that is no longer influenced by what was hidden, but guided by what is true. You are safe. You are covered. You are ready. Type "I walk in divine clarity" in the comments if you receive this message. Blessing code 5593 is now activated. As this message closes, understand that what has just been revealed to you is not meant to stop here. It is meant to flow like a river of light into the lives of others who are still waiting for their moment of clarity. The Lord is speaking even now. As you give, it shall be given unto you, overflowing beyond measure. and this is your moment to respond in obedience. I am stepping forward to sow into this mission, because I know that every seed becomes a spark that exposes darkness in someone else's life. When you release through the PayPal link in the description or the QR code on your screen, you are opening a channel for God's truth to reach souls who are still in confusion. This is not just giving. It is a prophetic act that aligns you with divine purpose. As you sow, heaven releases blessings back into your life, multiplying your obedience in ways you cannot yet see. Do not delay this moment. Step forward, release your seed, and become a vessel through which light continues to shine.